Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much to the team at Cochrane Learning for hosting this webinar and inviting us to come talk to you about this iSoQ tool, the Interactive Summary of Qualitative Findings tool. We're going to spend our hour first just giving you a little brief overview, followed by some quick questions, and then a demo of the tool in action. And then talk to you about what's coming next, what's in the next phase for iSoQ tool development, and take some final questions. So to begin with, what is iSoQ? So it's a free online data management tool that assists review authors with applying the GRADE-CERQual approach to the individual review findings of a qualitative evidence synthesis. So the iSoQ tool does assist review authors with producing evidence profile and summary of qualitative findings tables in line with the GRADE-CERQual guidance. And it also serves as an open online database of summary of qualitative findings tables. So I've underlined two things here that are kind of the necessary precursors to iSoQ, which is the GRADE-CERQual approach and qualitative evidence synthesis. And what I want to do is just signpost some resources, because I'm not going to cover those things in depth, and there's already a lot out there on those two things. So to start off with, what is a qualitative evidence synthesis? We're talking here about a type of systematic review that brings together the findings from primary qualitative research in a systematic way. So if you're here today because you saw iSoQ, you're interested in QES, but you've never done one, a good place to begin is to maybe check out the Cochrane Learning Live series on qualitative evidence synthesis. There are 8 webinars. They're free to view online, and you can find those on their website. What is GRADE-CERQual? So GRADE-CERQual is an approach for assessing how much confidence you can place in the individual review findings of a qualitative evidence synthesis, or in other words, a systematic review of qualitative research. The GRADE-CERQual project group is a subgroup of GRADE. We currently have over 200 members. We have a mailing list of over 700 people, across the world, and we send out 3 newsletters a year, and you can sign up for those on our website. The GRADE-CERQual approach has 4 components, meaning that when you're making an assessment of how much confidence to place in a single review finding, you're first doing an assessment of these 4 things. So the methodological limitations, coherence, adequacy, and relevance. And on the basis of those 4 assessments, you're making an overall assessment of confidence. It's either high confidence, moderate confidence, low confidence, or very low confidence. So if you've never applied GRADE-CERQual to GRADE-CERQual, just to let you know that iSoQ assumes that you know how to apply GRADE-CERQual. It's not going to teach you how to apply GRADE-CERQual, so you need to do your homework kind of before getting to the iSoQ tool. The first place to start off is with our official guidance papers. So there's 7 of those published in Implementation Science. These are the most recent guidance. We also published an evaluation of how GRADE-CERQual has been used so far, and we have some really important kind of red flags of where review authors might have gone down, the wrong path or made some misinterpretations, and how to avoid those. So that's a really important paper as well to have a look at. There's obviously going to be a chapter coming out very soon in the Cochrane Campbell Handbook. I think before the end of the year, you'll be able to find it online. And then on the CERQual website, you can find videos introducing the GRADE-CERQual approach. You can also sign up to our newsletter, which we send 3 times a year. And as part of that QES series that I was talking about earlier on the Cochrane Learning Live, there's one of those sessions on GRADE-CERQual. So again, if you're here today because you're interested in iSoQ, GRADE-CERQual, QES, but you've never applied GRADE-CERQual, take the time to go back and find all of these resources that are available for you, and know that you need to have a firm understanding of how to apply GRADE-CERQual before you begin using the iSoQ tool. Just to say about GRADE-CERQual, it's now required as an approach to apply in a QES that's done for Cochrane. It's been adopted by the WHO, NICE. There's growing interest in various government HTA settings. There's been translations into multiple languages. We've done train the trainer. And like I say, we've done an evaluation of its use in the literature recently. And at that time, there was already 187 syntheses just published since 2018 that had used GRADE-CERQual. Okay, and then here we get now to the iSoQ tool. So that's my super mini background on QES and GRADE-CERQual. Now, iSoQ, why did we develop it? To facilitate the use of the approach, GRADE-CERQual approach, to improve reporting, and also just provide a user-friendly tool that helps display the information that review authors need to make their assessments and to kind of complement our full guidance published in those papers. It's funded by the Norwegian Institute of Public Health, Center for Epidemic Interventions Research, and also by the Epistemonicus Foundation. And these are the teams on both sides of that partnership. We started all this work in 2019. We went through rounds of one-on-one user tests. We did some pre-release with review teams. We then released a beta version in 2021 and provided accounts on request. And then we fully launched it in March 2022. And now we're developing a new prototype for the Camelot tool. I'm going to say more about that, but Camelot is what we call the critical appraisal tool for assessing methodological limitations of primary studies. It's been designed to be used with GRADE-CERQual, and we're working on integrating it into iSoQ. So when can you begin using the iSoQ tool? So you can start using it once you've finished your screening of studies in your systematic review and you've got a list of included studies. And just remember, we're talking about a qualitative evidence synthesis here, a systematic review of qualitative studies. If you're doing a systematic review of quantitative study, and that includes survey studies, you do not apply GRADE-CERQual or use iSoQ. Does the iSoQ tool replace other kinds of software? So no, it's specific to GRADE-CERQual. You don't do your whole review in it, and you would use it in addition to other types of software for managing your references or for extracting or screening studies. So which steps can you do in iSoQ? So it's not reference management software. You don't do screening in it. You don't extract or analyze your data. But you can create a characteristics of studies table. You can create a methodological assessments table. You can obviously apply the GRADE-CERQual approach to your review findings and produce summary of qualitative findings and evidence profile tables. You can invite collaborators, so you can share a project, you can give view or edit rights, you can create and disable temporary sharing. The important thing to note is that currently you cannot work simultaneously on the same content at the same time as your collaborators. There's a database on the website, so you can publish your iSoQ to a kind of repository for summary of qualitative findings tables, and this makes them available and transparent to end users. And you have options around how public you want that information to be and which elements of your interactive summary of qualitative findings table you want to be visible. Getting help with iSoQ, you can obviously email us directly. We also have monthly drop-in webinars, so you can sign up for those on the CERQual site. And we have help videos that are embedded on the platform. So wherever you see a question mark icon, I've pointed to it here with the red arrow. That's somewhere where you would click on that, and a very short practical help video would appear to teach you what you need to do at this step of the process. We're always welcoming feedback, so we have a form available online for this on our help tab, so please do send us your feedback.